What do you eat, and what does it cost you? The planet. Your children's future. How does it affect our struggle to limit global warming to just 1.5 degrees Celsius? Texas is the beef capital of America, the world. Meat was once a luxury, but now it's at the core of life here. It's the tribal symbol. Meet Bevo the steer, the mascot. The grill out, burger, sausage, steak, ribs. Excess is the point.
So beef and climate change, how are they related?
Don't be asking me that.
Not today, because this is delicious.
Beef and dairy agriculture are a key and often overlooked cause of the greenhouse gases humankind must rapidly curtail if we want to live like we do now. This amphitheatre of teenage dreams glows now, but it's for a generation who may see these excesses, these heights of everything being everywhere and cheap, end in their lifetime.
Well, think about it this way. Half a pound of beef causes as much greenhouse gas to be emitted as driving 55 of these cars for 1 mile.
If mankind were on this planet for the length of this football game, it would have this much time left of the game to fix it. We drive out as the sun rises over beef country, 12 million cattle in Texas, where the extraordinary toll of something so natural as beef on the planet emerges. Here is where Bevo spends his normal days, and frankly, this is the life. Grass-fed, roaming, they make for a premium lean steak.
Well, this is the top end of an industry, really, that's fast-growing along with the world's population. And there are studies that suggest that unless there's some radical change in human eating and behaviour before 2030, then beef and dairy agriculture alone could be responsible for over 10% of greenhouse gas emissions.
Or even more. We have to make drastic changes by 2030 to keep global warming to 1.5 degrees. If we don't, beef and dairy will cause 10% of greenhouse gases. If we do meet other 2030 emissions targets, they'll cause much more, 30%. Either way, we must act. America's hunger has hit an unnatural edge here, radically compressing the cattle's space to roam and time to fatten.
Well, the first thing that hits you is just the smell. There's just so many, so tightly packed together.
There are 19,000 here on this feedlot, fed the corn that gives their flesh the fatty taste we're used to. And there are nearly 1.5 billion cattle on Earth, 1 for every 5 people. The United States and world will likely this year eat a record amount of beef. We're going the wrong way. But it is the bottom line, livelihoods, that understandably matter more here.
Now, when I said global warming, you said they say. Do you believe in it, or do you think this is all just a bit of a...
I don't believe in it.
Why not?
I just don't.
Why?
It's hard for me to believe that global warming has something to do with the rainfall. And it's very well possible because I don't know nothing about that. I can tell you about cattle, but I can't tell you about the climate.
What would it take to change your mind about that?
There'd have to be a drastic change in our weather, because I don't feel that our drastic change, yes, we go through some droughts, but that's just a normal period. We go through droughts, we have rainfall, we go through winter. We don't have, here the last couple of years, we hadn't had much winter. I mean, it doesn't get that cold down here. And in years past, we used to go months and months of freezing weather, even down here in East Texas. But
so you're saying you're seeing it get warmer down here already, but you wanted it to get really bad before you believe the scientists?
Right.
Yeah?
Yes.
Wherever you roam here, the land is inured to the love of beef. Dusk and the endless acres here seem haunted by the corn that went before. Nearly 100 million acres of corn are planted, grown, fertilised, processed and transported around America, the biggest producer in the world. Feeding cattle corn means clearing carbon-absorbing forests for fields, adding to the animals' emissions from burping, farting and manure. That's CO2, but also the more potent nitrous oxide and methane. It's not just cattle using up land. Pigs, sheep and chickens all mean animal agriculture takes up as much of the planet as the United States, most of Europe, China and Australia combined, or put another way, the landmass of Africa.
I got the ribs, I got pork loin, I got ribs, I got brisket, I got sausage.
So how do we change? Or can we? There is hope, and it is both distant and tiny. Enter cultured meat. It's never seen a cow, doesn't emit any gas, and grows in a dish, and is developing fast.
In 2013, this would be about $20,000. In 2-3 years from now, it's 25 cents.
What does it taste like?
This tastes like meat.
Mosa Meat's Mark Post is getting funding from food giants and even the co-founder of Google. By 2021, he hopes this might be served as a niche alternative and years later become the mainstream. Their process is natural to a point, giving a single stem cell taken from a cow all the nutrients it needs to divide again and again, but no instruction, as with a living cow, to stop. 10 billion cells are formed and woven with these fatty cells for flavour into one burger, or even a steak one day.
Are you vegan yourself?
I'm not. I should be, but I'm not.
You like meat?
Yes, I do.
And is any of this
It's kind of sinful, I think, but I do. We really need to do something about this to avert all the environmental effect of meat production, which is going to increase. In 2050, we will need 70% more meat on this planet than we currently have.
But it can't come soon enough. And however naturally we make beef, we can't change soon enough either. Consider this, it's never going to happen, but if we all went vegan tomorrow, we would cut greenhouse gas emissions by 25%. A huge change to cure part of the problem. Are we even ready for that, or more, to keep existing as we do now? Nick Payton Walsh, CNN, Texas.